Let's bring in Jim Jordan, House Judiciary Committee Chair. He'll be questioning Hunter Biden today. And I know you've been waiting for this moment. What do you expect, and what is going to be your approach with Hunter today?
Well, we'll probe this Chinese energy company. I mean, there's a pattern with the Biden family. Hunter Biden goes out and tries to get business, but the agreements and the deals never get done until Joe Biden shows up, either on a phone call, stopping by a lunch, dropping by a dinner. That's when these things happen, and this Chinese energy company is a great example. He'd been working on this deal for months, but it wasn't until they're having a lunch at the Four Seasons restaurant, 8 Chinese officials there with Hunter Biden and his business partners, that Joe Biden stops in, and then 3 weeks later, shazam, here comes $3 million wired to Hunter Biden. So that's the pattern throughout, so we'll explore that kind of broad issue. And then, frankly, I want to ask him some specific questions, like on December 4th, 2015, you called D.C. Devin Archer testified. You're with the CEO of Burisma, this Ukrainian energy company. They're under pressure. They ask you to help them, and you call D.C. In one part of Devin Archer's testimony, he says you called your dad. Who did you call, and what did you talk about? Because we know 3 days later, Joe Biden goes to Ukraine and fires the prosecutor who's applying the pressure to the very company that Hunter Biden was on the board of.
He's going to say, I'm an addict. He's going to say, my dad never knew about it. And he's going to say, where is the money? That's the other thing the president of the United States has said in the past. We'll see. He's also going to say, hey, by the way, I'm under indictment. I really can't answer that question. And I guarantee you that Jamie Raskin, no matter what happens, will come out and say, nothing happened. Yeah. The Republicans have nothing. The other thing you say, the Republicans are going to demand Alejandro Mayorkas hand over information on this illegal immigrant from Venezuela who has been charged before for shoplifting, caught in New York, riding around with a kid without a helmet, and went to Georgia, where he got in trouble again, and then he kills Laken Riley. He's a suspect in it, but he obviously did it. What question do you have for him?
We want all the information they have about this individual. I mean, you think about, first of all, Joe Biden lets this bad guy in the country, then he does something wrong in New York, and they let this guy loose, and then this tragedy happens in Georgia. And of course, they could have also, once they found out this guy had committed a crime, they could have deported him. So Joe Biden's administration allows people in, then when they do something seriously wrong, some kind of crime, he never deports anyone. So this is all because of the ridiculous policies and with the Biden administration, and of course, these DAs who continue to let bad guys roam the street.
Jim, you're also going to focus with and have a request for Robert Hur. He's going to be before the committee, but you're going to say, I need the tapes of Joe Biden's testimony that went on for hours, even on October 7th, that horrific day. For some reason, he still does a meeting with Robert Hur, and it goes on for hours, and the tapes reveal that the president is too old, too forgetful to be indicted. We want to hear the tapes. You believe America needs to hear those tapes.
Well, yeah, because remember, Joe Biden intentionally, deliberately, willfully took classified documents over a time period of several decades. Then he intentionally, willfully, deliberately gave those classified documents to the ghostwriter who wrote his book. But the prosecutor, Robert Hur, says, we're not going to prosecute because he's a forgetful old man. And Democrats say, oh, no, he's not forgetful. That's gratuitous what you said, Mr. Hur. Well, let's see. Show us this stuff. Give us the audio tapes. Give us all the material. That's what we're asking for. And the American people can decide. We can look at all this information because he intentionally broke the law. He's not getting prosecuted because the special counsel said he's a forgetful old man. Give us the information.
You went to law school. But, Jim, you're going to get these tapes. And the question for now for Democrats is, do you want them out in February and March, or do you want them out in October or November? So you might get those tapes sooner than you think.
We want the truth. We want the facts. We want the information for the American people. That's part of our constitutional duty as members of the legislative branch. So let's get that information. I hope the White House, in fact, and the Justice Department will give that information to us.
And I hope you get some answers from Hunter. Thanks so much, Congressman Jim Jordan. Appreciate it.